Morning, church family. Today we're going to be in Luke chapter 8, starting in verse 22. It reads, "One day Jesus said to his disciples, 'Let us go over to the other side of the lake.' So they got into a boat and set out. As they sailed, he fell asleep. A squall came down on the lake, so the boat was being swamped, and they were in great danger. The disciples went and woke him, saying, 'Master, Master, we're going to drown.' He got up and rebuked the wind and the raging waters. The storm subsided and all was calm. 'Where is your faith?' he asked his disciples. In fear and amazement, they asked one another, 'Who is this? He commands even the winds and the water, and they obey him.'" A few things I want to point out as we look at this passage. Number one, the scriptures are clear that the storm that came upon this boat was of great danger. I think oftentimes when we look at the Christian life and how we are to live, it is easy for us to write off something that isn't true. And that's that life is going to be easy. It's going to be full of rainbows and roses. But the reality is the Christian life is fraught with danger. And there are moments in time which life circumstances are exactly what life circumstances appear to be. Dangerous, desiring our destruction, hard and difficult, worrisome, and at times really, really broken. And so I want us to give word to that because it's important for us as we approach it, as we lean into Jesus in our life circumstances, to recognize that what we go through, there is reality in that. There is truthfulness in that. We will face danger. But what Jesus reminds his disciples is that he is with them, that he journeys through the danger with us. But he doesn't respond to the danger as we respond to the danger. Because we are limited, finite beings, we so often see the storms brewing around us. We see the water beginning to fill the boat, and we go to the worst case scenario. We begin to flood our mind with all of the possibilities, and trust me, this is what it means to be human beings. This is what it means to be limited and to not know what tomorrow holds. This is the human condition. But we are not alone. We face no circumstances on our own. Instead, we face it with one who is not limited as we are limited. We face them with Christ. We face them with the Holy Spirit, with God himself, who knows what tomorrow, who's already ordained our days. Jesus isn't looking at it and going, man, how do we hedge this so that we don't end up in the worst possible outcome? No. Jesus already knows what the outcome will be. And so Jesus approaches these situations not worried, not fretting, not concerned about what is yet to come, but instead already knowing how it's going to happen. Jesus is intently and intentionally focused on our hearts, focused on how we will lean into him and trust in him as we head into these situations. You see, Jesus asked the disciples this question, "Where is your faith?" Because he knew what was going to happen, and he had made it clear to his disciples as he walked through the book of Luke, I am God. I heal the sick. I make the lame walk. I make the blind see. I've done all the things to show you that I am God. So where's your faith in this situation? Why do you fail to believe that I'm God and I'm able to do what only God can do here in this moment? And that's convicting to my heart. Because while I believe in God and I trust in him, especially with my eternal destination, I oftentimes fail to see how God can help me in the most basic of situations and circumstances. How God can help me with the troubles that I face each and every day. I normally try to solve my problems and my situations and my circumstances based on my own understanding, based on my own reasoning, and I fail to be reminded who goes through it with me. I know that Jesus asks me oftentimes, "Where is your faith?" When I turn to him as a last resort and say, "Jesus, will you just please help me?" I wonder, do you recognize who it is that is going through your circumstances with you right now? Do you know who it is who is journeying alongside you in this life? Do you know who it is who hasn't given up on you and continues to remain steadfast, even though you seem to be pouring even more water into the boat? What would it look like today to recognize that Jesus is with you? What would change in the way you viewed and approached your circumstances and situations if you recognized that Jesus was journeying through these circumstances with you? Maybe be so bold as to comment in the comment section below and let us know what would change, so we can begin to pray with you, that your eyes would be open and your heart would be ready to receive that truth, because Jesus is walking through these situations with you. I look forward to continuing on in our study in the book of Luke tomorrow.